Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This video is about answering a viewer's concerns about bed bugs and a situation that she's going through. And I'm going to answer the comments and I'm going to actually be reading to myself the comment and then answering it for her. And this may be useful to others. That's why I'm creating a video. Okay, you state that you haven't been able to afford Crossfire, and you have been using over-the-counter products to handle the situation, and that your landlord refuses to do anything to help. You also mentioned that you're probably going to move and put all your things into storage to kill them. Okay, on that note, putting your things in storage is not going to kill them. It's just going to spread them throughout the storage. And then other people in the storage, they're going to end up with bed bugs in their belongings, because if it's not a source of blood around for bed bugs, they're going to move around until they find that source, and they're going to hide in things. And that way, when people come to the storage to go through their belongings or maybe get something out, they can easily get a couple of bugs on them and take them back home, or take them to work, or take them anywhere. This is how these bugs work. This is how they travel. They go from place to place. They latch onto things and people, and then they just carried around. So that probably wouldn't be a good idea to put things into storage and just leave it and think that when you go back to get your stuff, your problem is going to be solved. Bed bugs can live for 400 days without feeding. And that's for the smaller ones. The mature ones, the mature adults, can live over 400 days without feeding, and that's over a year. Also, it just wouldn't be a good idea. I'm trying to somewhat think of a solution, because I read your other comment as well, which I'm about to touch on that now. But just keep in mind that when we get bed bugs and we think that if we jump up and move, that's going to solve the issue, it's not. It's just going to take them right with you, and it's going to become an issue there, not only for you but for other people that's living where you're going to. This is how these bugs get spread around. A lot of people just up and move, and a lot of people don't even say they had a problem or anything. They just leave, and then new people come in, and next thing you know, they just got a bunch of bugs, don't know where they came from, blaming each other, saying you didn't put bed bugs in here, and they could have already been there. But that's another story. We're gonna continue with your concerns. Okay, you say you wish that you could send me photos of the ceiling and the walls, but you're sure that I have experienced it, that I've experienced what you're going through. Well, in this particular case, no. My infestation was small. It wasn't a big one, so we didn't have them like in the ceilings and the wall. And my first bug I spotted was walking across my ceiling, but it was not a mass infestation. I handled it and took care of it way before then. But I understand your case is different. But I'm going to continue with your concerns before I actually give my opinion on what I think you should do. Okay, you took your curtains down and washed them in hot water and dried them for 70 minutes in a dryer. That's great. Also, you can check the curtain rods because they hide up inside the curtain rods too. Here lately, people have been finding major infestations inside their curtain rods. But that's great that you took everything down, and a good thing to do is dry them first instead of washing them first, because they can survive in a cycle, washing cycle. They can definitely survive. So drying your belongings first in high heat, then washing, then drying again. Okay. Great, you put them in bags and tied them up. That's good. You have mattress protectors. Oh, your mattress protectors are covered with blood from them. Okay, they are throughout the whole house. And he will not help, but the crossfire did get rid of them. Okay. The crossfire didn't get rid of them because they're still there. And I can clearly read what you're saying, that they're still there. So the crossfire might have killed some. And I know it didn't kill them all because they're throughout more than likely they're throughout that entire home. And all depending on how long they've been there. And then you're saying that the landlord will not even do anything about the situation. So you may have killed some, but not all. Another thing about crossfire is that you want to know where they are. You don't want to just spray crossfire just places that you may think, because crossfire doesn't kill for a long, long time. It kills for some hours. And after that, it's not effective anymore. And you have to keep reapplying, which can be very, very costly. This is one of the reasons I speak so highly about diatomaceous earth. Okay, you're saying that he blames you. Well, a lot of people play the blame game with bed bugs and for a lot of other things, but it would be really hard to tell how the bugs got there. Anybody could have brought them in. The landlord could have brought them in himself. It could have been, if the home is attached to another home, it could be coming through the wall. They could be coming through the walls. It's just a lot of different ways you can get the bugs, but when people do the blame game, it's not going to solve the problem. But I do truly understand where you're coming from. And I'm also sorry that you have a landlord that's not willing to try to solve this problem, this issue. One of the things about bed bugs is a lot of people don't understand how these bugs, how damaging they can be and how they can destroy your life. People, when they hear bed bugs, they just think about another bug like it's harmless. But clearly, it sounds like where you're living, it's a major infestation, which is going to take a very long time. It's going to take a while to clear it out, but it can be done. But it has to be a thing where every area of that home has to be treated. One room is not going to get these bugs out because now they're spread throughout the whole place. So what I try to explain to people, and I understand that you may have no choice. You may have to move. That's what it sounds like. You're going to have to move, because I always recommend people to stay where they are, get rid of the bugs, and then if you want to move after that, go. But your situation sounds totally different and sounds like you do need to move. But just know that you're more than likely going to take some with you. If you're driving, if you have a vehicle, they're probably already in your vehicle. So your vehicle is going to need to be treated. And if you do move, before you move into your next place, I would go in and put powder down everywhere. I would powder down the whole unit. I would powder the whole unit down before I move anything in there, before I move in there, to have it ready. So if you do take bugs with you, or if bugs may be there, who knows, that you can kill them off. One thing about bed bugs is they're very good at hiding. They're very, very good at hiding. They multiply like crazy. And you just never know. You never know. And when you're sensitive to the bites, it drives you crazy. A lot of people are not sensitive to the bites, so if they don't really care. You know, they don't care. It's like, it's just a bug. But they're not. These bugs are not just bugs. These bugs are little vampires. little life stealers. But yeah, you sound like you definitely need to move. And one thing I can say is, as long as this particular person, your landlord, does not treat his entire home, they're not leaving. They're not going to go anywhere. They're just going to run from place to place, area to area. Wherever people are, that's where they're going to be. So yeah, I would suggest you move. Also, the best solution to me for bed bugs is steam and diatomaceous earth. Both of them are cost effective. You can buy a steamer that you can use for a long period of time. Steam kills them instantly, and you can just steam out certain areas where you can use steam in places where you think they may be, because if they're there, they're going to die. But the steam, you're not going to waste a lot of money with Crossfire. With Crossfire, you want to know where they are before you start spraying, because every time you spray, that's costing you money. Diatomaceous earth, after everything is steamed, diatomaceous earth is something that you can put down to, it's something you can put down and you don't have to keep going back over and over and over and over and over. You can let it stay down for a while and let it kill, let it do what it do. As long as it's not disturbed, the powder, it's going to continue to kill. And it's not only going to kill bed bugs, it's going to kill a ton of other bugs. So my solution would be to you is to move. As long as you're there, you're going to keep getting bit and you're not going to get rid of them. It doesn't matter how much Crossfire you spray. Even if you put diatomaceous earth down in your room, they're going to be gone out of your room, but anywhere else you go in the house, they're there. They're going to be there. You can kill them off in your room, but they're going to keep coming because they're through the house. They're going to keep coming and coming and coming. It's just not a solution for this situation unless your landlord is willing to get his whole entire home treated. So, again, steam and diatomaceous earth to me is the best solution. And in some cases you don't have to steam, but steam sounds like you would need to steam. You would definitely need to steam where you are to keep you, to keep you as comfortable as possible until you can move out of there. So this is definitely a tough situation, and I understand what you're going through, but yep, you've already said you're going to move out, so that's it. Move out, but handle the situation. Don't take the problem with you and don't do anything about it. Protect yourself before you move, and protect other people if they're around, so these bugs won't spread all over the place. So if you have any more questions, you can put it in the comments, and I will answer them to the best of my abilities. I also wanted to state this, that the powder needs to stay dry at all times. So when you do steam, or if you do steam, make sure that the steam is completely dry before applying diatomaceous earth, because it will not work if it gets wet. Also, I'm not sure if you've watched any of my other videos, but I have a playlist of over 50 videos. I think this will be number 56. A lot of information to help you with the situation. I can't answer everything in one video. That's why I've created so many, but they will definitely help you finally get over this nightmare once you move out of the place that you are now. So again, if you have any more questions, put it in the comment section and I will answer to the best of my abilities.